Hi there, Lord JEG here. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, and I think you can probably figure out all the reasons for that. Life, quarantines, social distractions, or social distancing, whatever you want to call it. All that fun stuff. So just really haven't had either the time or, let's be perfectly honest, the desire to really post anything. In fact, sometimes I just feel like other people have probably said it and said it better. And so, but this is one particular one where I may have something to say. I may have something to contribute. As always, you're the judge of that, and that's fine. So, the Boogaloo and you. All right, well, let's define Boogaloo. First off, it used to be, originally, it was a form of Latin music. It was Latin soul, for lack of a better word, Latin R&B. There's some guys that made it famous, like Ray Barretto, Johnny Bataan, Johnny Colon, those kind of guys. It kind of originated in the mid to late 60s. And honestly, it was pretty much done by the mid 70s. It's one of those things. Don't confuse it with Electric Boogaloo or Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo or that sort of thing, because it's completely different. But the left has taken Boogaloo, and this is where it gets kind of complicated. I mean, it's not rocket surgery, it's not brain science, but it does get a little complicated. A couple of years ago, I don't have the exact timeline. I'm not exactly completely plugged into this sort of stuff. But a couple of years ago, I noticed on some videos that some guys were talking about Boogaloo. It's like when the Boogaloo hits, And basically, they were using Boogaloo, I think, as a way to get around some of YouTube's automatic algorithms that would demonetize you. So rather than saying like, well, when the shit hits the fan, you better be ready. So instead they stopped calling it shit hits the fan, and they called it Boogaloo. And that's basically where it started. And then, of course, the Chans kind of came along, and, the Chans kind of did their thing. I mean, they must have liked it. And they turned it into a meme. The left got a wind of this, and, of course, the left can't stand anything that's humorous or funny or amusing. These people, for all that they purport to be, they are some of the most humorless people in existence. So they heard the whole Boogaloo thing, and of course, they're thinking, oy vey, it's another shower, So, Holocaust 2.0, Civil War where the militias versus the government, and whites against minorities, the final battle between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie that will usher in true communism and the brotherhood of man. It'll be glorious, comrade. No, it won't. But that's kind of how the left interpreted it, and they've run with it. Look at CNN. Look at the ADL. Even look at something that's, supposed to be moderate, like the Wall Street Journal. And you'll see it's all Boogaloo bad, And really, again, it's overrated. It's not. We could go on and on about why this is. Why does the left lack humor? Why is everything so serious to them? Why, And maybe part of it is because they can't let a crisis or anything, everything is an opportunity to them. It's like the old Rahm Emanuel quote, never let a crisis go to waste, For them it's always serious. And, that's just the way it is. So that's how it goes right now, is, the Boogaloo and you. Now, we've seen a bunch of crazy stuff going on right now. In some ways it is a Boogaloo. The shit in some ways has hit the fan. Okay? Now, is it a society collapsing event? No, it's not. Most of the places where it's really serious are in larger cities. Pools of diversity, pools of blue rule, and they'll have to sort it out and deal with it. And if you're there, if you happen to be a right-leaning person, my heart goes out to you, but honestly, you should have known better. If you're in the middle of a city, amongst the diversity, when the Boogaloo, this particular type of Boogaloo hits, you have no one to blame but yourself. Okay? You'd had to have been wandering around for years with the blinders on. Either not wanting to see or just being so incompetent that you can't see. And again, my heart goes out to you. I feel bad for you, but you missed your opportunity. So now it's time for the plan B, or even a plan C. At the very least, like every other catastrophe, every other trouble, you should have some food, you should have some water, you should have some, people that you network with, and, people that have your back, neighbors, family, friends, whatever, and you should have at least some sort of plan for sheltering in place, because if you're in the downtown, there may be a chance that you can't get out, and if it gets worse, if it gets ugly, well, you may have to get ugly too. You may have to let out the monster. Now, for most of us, that's not going to happen, right? Like me personally, I live in Nevada. I live in Las Vegas specifically. I live kind of on the outskirts. I'm on an acre. I have a well. I have chickens. I have a little garden. And plus I got three refrigerators and a freezer full of food. So, I'm in good shape. I have a generator. If the shit hits the fan, I'll be all right for a while. And if not, I'll be okay one way or the other. I know my neighbors. We all kind of work together. We're all kind of in this together. So it's cool. I'm okay. And I'll be okay. And, and that's the way most of us, most of you watching this you may not be quite in that position, but you're probably going to be okay. In fact, I would say 99% of people are probably going to be okay. And, that's heartening. But that's not an excuse to get complacent. Okay? It's not an excuse to put the blinders on and only see what you want to see, or see the world through rose-colored glasses. Okay? That's not the way to do things. All right? So, right now, I'm telling you, have a plan B. Have a plan C. Now, what does that entail? Well, I can't do your thinking for you. Okay? You're going to have to figure that one out. And again, if you've got people like you, get to know them. Be a part of a community. Maybe they don't even have to be your physical neighbors. Be a part of some kind of community where people will have your back. Now, hopefully you can all be in the same town. Optimally you'd all be in the same neighborhood. But the reality is that's very low probability. And that's okay. But again, have a plan, have some backup, have some friends, have a network, and, and if it comes down to it, fight the good fight and be ready to fight. And that's basically it. So, again, don't freak out about the Boogaloo. Don't be reactive. Chances are the Boogaloo is not coming for you. Okay? And that's basically it. Thanks for dropping by, and take care.